She's got big brown eyes, 5'3", sitting on a front porch drinking sweet tea, wishing mom was around.
There was Willie and Waylon riding shotgun. The end of the day, I'd savor a cold one. I remember it well.
Sitting right here, drinking cold beer, watching the days turn into years. She's missing mom. So she turns on the radio and plays that country song, just singing her country song. She remembers.
Hey, thanks for listening or watching the Dan Time Podcast. He's Austin, Texas-based singer-songwriter Dan Guevara, and it's my pleasure to welcome you back to the show. Thanks, Dan, for being here.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
Well, as I'm sure is usually the case with most of my guests, if it's been a year or longer, it's been probably a busy run for you. A lot of good experiences and some artistic growth and that sort of thing. How would you characterize the last year? Has it been stressful, frenetic, laid back when you can? And how'd you describe this this most recent season?
Wow, that's kind of a big question. Honestly, I've had a lot of ups and downs this year. I'd say mostly like a lot of, if I were to describe this year in a word, I would say growth.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of growing. I'm learning a lot of tough life lessons. I'm not going to dig too much into it, but I actually recently just went through a separation. So I'm kind of like in this transition period in my life where I am trying to discover and am discovering who I am as an individual, outside of being in a relationship, and just kind of learning all of the life lessons that come with that. And I've been writing a lot of songs. I think I've written about 5 songs just over the past couple of months, so which is pretty busy for me, honestly.
Yeah. Wow. I wasn't expecting that, but of course, sometimes when you haven't caught up with a close friend in a year or 2, or maybe 5 or 10, you just have no idea what's been happening. And sorry to hear that for someone who's gone through something similar. It's got to be a challenge for you. But as a creative individual, are you able to try to channel some of that energy, like you said, into, hey, all of a sudden I've written 5 songs over a several month period or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I think I've just been doing a lot of self-reflecting during this time. I'm really getting to know who I truly am, just as a person, as an artist. I'm really discovering who my really, really good and true friends are. A lot of my friends have just reached out to me to check in on me during this hard period, and a lot of my family's been super supportive. So that's been really, really nice. I've definitely been spending more time with my folks than I had in previous years, before the separation and everything. So, and my parents are getting up in age. So honestly, it's been really, really good to see them more on a daily basis and stuff. So, and I've been doing so much writing too, like I said before. So I have half of a record done. So you might be seeing another full record coming from me really, really soon.
Well, that's really exciting, Dan. Before we are preparing to talk to you today, I was just curious because I know I've been playing your music in the Lazy Days LP with the kids in the car. They love the Dan Guevara catalog, the songs. And so I was so curious, all right, just procrastinate. I'm I've played this dozens of times at least. Where is it in my Apple Music replay I looked at 2025 and all time. Dan, all time, Procrastinate comes in at number 30 in my Apple Music replay for as long as I've been frequently playing music through the Apple platform. Number 4 in the year 2025. That's how often Procrastinate was either I played it or one of the boys in the back requested it. So that's still, I think, Wyatt's favorite song.
Sorry, the song came too late, but I've got a tendency to procrastinate. Say I've been meaning to ask you on a date, but I've got a tendency to procrastinate.
That's awesome. I love that. That's really, really cool. Like I definitely like that used to be like the song I would open to like during most of my sets. That would be the first one.
Yeah.
Because I really I feel like the first song of the set's always the hardest because you're usually trying to like warm up at that point and you're trying to get rid of the nerves if it's a new town, you know, a new audience that you never played in before. And I feel like it's always good to start off with like a high energy song that's also fun.
Yeah.
So I usually start with that song. Lately, I've been starting with my song True.
Oh, yeah.
That has harmonica. So I'll like open with the harmonica, and I feel like that kind of gets everybody's attention. They're like, oh, you know, they kind of perk up. And I just like playing that song too. So
Dan, when you're performing live, do you ever catch people who are maybe just there to hang out with friends and then they spin around because they hear a song that really connected with them?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'd say two of my songs that have had that impact on people would probably be my song Fevered Moon.
Yes.
Which is a pretty fast one.
Love that one.
I do like a lot of like stomps, and there's a lot of like, I call them breaks, I guess, like breaks and pauses. Like I'll stomp on the chorus where it goes, Alan to be with you,
Alan to be with you.
Usually like people get into that part of the song. My other song that like is constantly requested is my song Lost in Austin, of course.
Yeah.
That one gets people going. People like that one a lot. I've seen people singing along to the I Don't Want to Go Home lyric at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say those. There's another one of my songs called There Hasn't Been a Second. It's an old one. It's actually one of the first songs that I ever wrote, and I still perform it because I love it. But like I see people dancing to that one a lot. Like I'll get couples up on the dance floor slow dancing to that one, so I really like that. So
nice. Well, March 1st of this year, I believe, is when the duet with Morgan Obenhaus was released. Her country song.
Yes, I love that.
that the chorus in that song, I was getting ready today, taking a shower, and it's replaying in my head. It's at first listen and first taste of that song, you think, oh, this is kind of a playful little number. This is fun. Sounds like Dan and Morgan are having a good time here, but you listen to the lyrics and follow the story, and it gets pretty. It can hit you. It really kind of by the middle of the song, if you're following the flow of the song, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And but I'm just so curious about your friendship there with Morgan and how this came to be, because it's I know she considers herself a little bit of a hybrid where she pulls in a lot of, or a multi-genre type artist, as are you, but I just wonder how this came about.
Yeah, so that's a great question. So the song came about because I was actually at work one day, and my boss had mentioned to me that her mom had just had passed away during COVID. And I just remember thinking how awful that is and how tragic. And she was just kind of reminiscing about her mom, telling me how much her mom loved 90s country music. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And so I think it was the anniversary of her passing. She was like, hey, I don't know how you feel about this, but I was wondering if we could listen to country music today because I'm just missing my mom and I feel connected to her when I listen to it. Is it cool if we just jam country for the day? I know that you like indie rock and all these other styles. And I was like, yeah, that's totally cool. Do your thing. I love all styles of music. So yeah, that sounds cool. And so I just remember throughout the day listening to country music and kind of thinking in my head, wow, that's a really, really cool idea for a song. I think it's cool that music is her connection with her mom and how just a genre like country could make her feel connected with her mom. And I remember I immediately started thinking about ideas and I came up with the chorus in my head. That's what happens more often than not is I'm I'm at work, or I could be like going for a walk or working out in the yard, and that's when I get inspired to write. I don't know why. Like I've tried to sit down 2 or 3 times to just write, and nothing ever comes.
You almost have to be in motion.
Yeah, it's like I got to be in motion. Exactly. So I wrote the song. When I wrote the song, I had in mind, I was like, this song is a duet. Like it's got to be a duet, but who could I sing it with? And I was thinking, like, I've never recorded a country song before. This is new territory. I want to do something different. And what country artists do I know? And so the first country artist that came to mind, sorry, it's raining over here and lightning just struck. It was
wow.
loud. That freaked me out. Yeah, but anyway, so I was thinking of country artists that I know personally, and my friend Morgan Obenhaus came to mind. I was like, wow, Morgan's got an amazing voice. This would sound so cool if we did this song together. So I immediately reached out to her to see what she thought, and she loved the idea. And so we had like a date in the books. I think it was like 3 months out from me asking her to sing with me on the song. She had never heard the song. She comes into the studio that day after never hearing the song, and I just play it for her, and she listens to it 3 times all the way through. And she does a take, and another take, and another take, and she just nails it. Like, I was so impressed. It was amazing.
Yeah, her voice on that song, painting the picture of that story there. It's she's just a real natural fit. And
Yeah.
I love watching the video also. If you guys go to Dan's YouTube page, I'll have it linked in the show notes, or probably through Morgan's as well. Song starts out with just your vocals for the first 3 or 4 seconds there before the first note's played. She's got big brown eyes, 5'3", sitting on the front porch drinking sweet tea. If you're anywhere in the South, the Mason-Dixon, you know what that's all about. Wishing mom was around. So that's the first time you hear the mom piece there, and it's going to come back and come back. And gosh, how many people have a strong relationship with their mom, their dad, an aunt, and uncle, somebody? And like you're saying, Dan, when that person's gone, you know, you'd love to hear their voice if you've got a voicemail or something, or you maybe watch a video that you have of them. But listening to songs and music that they liked, that maybe is not squarely in your wheelhouse, is another way for you to get closer to that person again.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom's still around, but the other day I heard the Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers duet, Islands in the Stream, come on my shuffle. And it just, that reminds me of my mom playing that song. We were out in the driveway washing the car. I'm probably like 6 years old. And she grabs my hands and starts dancing with me.
I love that. Yeah, like I love how music is like a time capsule, and it'll take you to like different moments in your life, and you're just thinking back to like a special moment with, like you said, like your mom or your friends or your loved one. And I feel like this song I had in mind, I wanted it to be like a time capsule for my boss and my friend Sandy Turner. Shout out to her. But yeah, I remember the first time I played it for her, and I just surprised her. I was like, hey, like there's this new country artist. You have to hear him. This song is awesome. And I was like, I'm going to play it for you. And she has no clue like what's going on. And she's like listening to it. And then she just like starts crying.
Oh, man.
She's like, that's me. Like he's describing me. That's my mom. And I just remember being like, I was so moved by seeing that. And I could tell like she was moved. And I almost started crying, honestly. Like, I'm not a big crier, but like something like that, just like it was so moving and so powerful. Like I love how music could do that to you, you know?
Yeah, you really have a deft touch there. D-E-F-T, I think is the right word, of sprinkling in the playful chorus, where there are some country songs where all it's about is sitting around drinking a cold beer. And it doesn't get much. It doesn't go much beyond that layer there. But you've got that simple joy of sitting on the porch, having a cold 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 with your friends or whatever. But then I really love, just me in particular, when you drop in Summer of '99, the 1993 Scraping the Knee Because I think that carries listeners back to whatever they were doing and that what kind of memories colored their childhood.
Right, right.
Mama's
You know what?
kitchen and all that stuff. Actually, that part there where I think this is your verse. She wishes she could turn back time back to the summer of '99. The way you sing that, Dan, that's like the full Dan Guevara harkens back to the Lazy Days sound, which I'm obviously a big fan of.
Thank you. Yeah, like I really tried to capture the emotion of that line in the studio because, like you said before, like there's bits of the song that sound like really happy. And then like when it comes to that part, it's like that's when reality hits and you're like, whoa, this is getting heavy. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That moment, I just wanted to just capture like how she was feeling, like how she was remembering back to like the best times of her life with her mom. And I feel like many of us that are close to our moms, we remember when our moms were in the kitchen cooking and, like the food that they would cook for us and just like the smell of the food of what she was preparing in the morning and stuff like that. And I just feel like just like that imagery alone is just so powerful and it's really like relatable. It's like I feel like everybody could relate to that and remember back to when their moms are cooking for them in the morning and then just like the little things they miss about them,
Yeah. Have you and Morgan had a chance locally to perform this song a few times live?
We actually, so it's funny you said that. So we haven't performed it live, like at like one of my shows or one of her shows. Like I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Like usually we're both booked and we're playing at different places, different cities, whatever.
That's got to be the hard thing with duets.
I know that's the hard thing with having friends that are singer-songwriters, like, because half of the time they're booked the same time you're booked,
Yeah.
But so we actually did get to perform it live, though. We did it on this local access show in Austin called Up Late Austin. And so I had just released the song, and this was about a month after the release of that song, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was April that we recorded it. And I played like a bunch of new songs. And then toward the end, I played her country song. And I actually had her come up and sing it with me live. And it was so cool. I had a full band with me, had a bass player, drummer, myself, of course. And then Morgan got up there and sang with me. It was so much fun.
Dan, quickly, I forgot to ask on the first episode, who's the guy that's your percussionist? And he's not your standard 5 or 6 piece drummer, but tell me who this guy is and how you connected with him and what makes that relationship you guys have so magical.
Yeah, so I think you're referring to my friend Eric. Eric, I was about to say Air Rock, but we call him E-Rock. That's his nickname. And I always introduce him as E-Rock at my shows, but he's a really, really old friend of mine. Like we go way back, like 10 plus years back. And like we grew up together, our families are friends and stuff, and they have known each other for ages and stuff. But he is an amazing singer and musician. I remember he told me once, he's like, "Hey, like I'm interested in learning the drums. I think I'm going to get myself a drum kit." And I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And he's like, "But I'm thinking about starting off small and starting with these cajones, is what they call them. It's like a wooden box drum." And you see like a lot of acoustic players and singer-songwriters playing with cajon players, like in coffee shops and stuff. And so he picked up one of those and he just got like super good at it. And he's an amazing singer, like I said. So whenever I have him perform with me, I'll give him a mic and he'll sing harmonies with me while he plays the cajon. And it's so awesome. I haven't seen a lot of other artists do that, And so, he's just a really, really good friend of mine, and we play gigs around Georgetown together. He lives like on the border. If you're familiar with Central Texas, he lives on the border of Round Rock and Georgetown, and we call it George Rock because he's really like on the border of Georgetown and Round Rock. So whenever I introduce him, I'm like, "Oh, this is E-Rock from George Rock." Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
that's so cool.
He's my best friend, and he plays gigs with me a lot. So,
well, and that's really cool. There, that he's your best friend. So, whatever season of your life is taking place, or or vice versa, whatever he might be going through. You guys probably share what's going on, or, when something's fresh in your life, like you talked about the separation, you guys are probably talking about it, right? Or as much as you'd like to.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to think of myself as a pretty like private person. I don't like talk about really, really serious things in front of just like anybody. And he's definitely like one of the few people in my inner circle that I will talk about everything with. And it's really, really nice to have that.
Or he can probably tell when something's going on with you that's different than a couple months prior or something like that.
Definitely. Yeah. He has that intuition. Like if I'm going through something like heavy, he knows. And it's funny because like I won't even say anything to him and he'll just call me like out of the blue and he's like, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. How did you know? Like, it's crazy.
That's a sign of a great friend. I've had people catch me and I'm thinking, oh, I'm like, I'm putting a good poker face on this thing. Like no one's going to know that I'm having a bad day or I'm really depressed or sad about something. And there's always that friend that knows. They're like, Dan, what's going on?
Yeah.
What do you mean what's going on? Oh, I can tell.
Like, I know what's up. Something's not right. And you're like, you're right. How did you know? Like what was the giveaway,
Yeah. But you definitely like to hang on to those people.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like they're so rare these days. It's rare to have just like a friend like that. You could just like tell anything, and they have your back. That they're not going to talk behind your back by any means.
Yep.
It's going to take all your deepest, darkest secrets to the grave with them. Like that's like a ride or die friend.
Yep.
I feel like everybody needs at least one of those for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially now. I think I've talked about it on past episodes. The less time that a lot of people probably spend than they used to in the physical space of others and hanging out or just talking on the phone with a good friend. I think it's more important now than ever.
I agree.
It's not, as the cliche goes, it's not about the quantity of friends, but the quality. So if you've just got one, you need to have one. And everybody can probably find somebody.
Agreed. Yeah, everybody needs they need an E-Rock in their life.
Yeah.
Sure. We joke. So he calls my dad. My dad's name is Henry, but he calls him Henrock. And we have like this whole like this story, and we joke and we say that my dad has like a double life, and he really is like a rock star at night, and on the weekends he like is touring the world as Henrock. He's like this big rock star, and we just joke and we're like, man, like I wish we could open for Henrock one day, and we're like, nah, I don't know, man, like we're not cool enough. So, yeah, him and I don't know, man. We have like a very unique sense of humor, I'd say. And we have so many like inside jokes. Like we'll just be like laughing randomly and people are like looking at us like we're crazy, but we know exactly what the other one's thinking,
Oh, that's the best. The inside jokes.
Yes.
And that takes time. Hey, before I forget, if people go to your website to the merch section, I saw that there's the Lazy Days LP and the T-shirt. Are those still available?
Yes, they are actually. Yes. So the Lazy Days LP is available. It's a shirt. I also have some new shirts that I'm designing for her country song, actually. So it has so the design on the front is it's like a 1940s pinup cowgirl, and my sister Abigail, like she's an amazing artist, so she designed it. And she's holding a gun, and in the gun smoke, it says her country song, and then above that it says like my name spelt out with like a rope, cowboy rope. And I love the design. It's so cool. I'm actually wearing it right now. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, nice. Okay, well,
design.
You'll have an order coming in from this part of the world.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's the design, and it comes in white. I'm doing like white or like tannish colored shirts and black. So yeah, those are the two styles I'm doing. I'm also possibly going to have some tank tops made because I've had some requests, so I might do that too. And I'm thinking about even having like little bandanas made too, like Dan Guevara bandanas with the design on it. So
great. Well, I'll be placing an order. My wife Natalie, this song, we haven't been writing together lately we're just with our children and the things we have to do. Gosh, it seems like it's been a while since we've been listening to the same music in the car, but I have told her about this song, and if I get a shirt or something from a concert, she'll usually wear it. So, or
Really?
vice versa. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'll probably order a tank top and a t-shirt.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Just let me know, and I'll send you the link.
Awesome. Dan, how about, so you said you are writing, you got a few songs. I don't know, you maybe haven't demoed them yet, or is that far along, but do you have plans, like maybe not a release date, but is 2027-ish or something where you might plan to put out your next batch of songs, whether that's an EP or LP?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Yeah, so I'm actually in the process of, I'm thinking about my next record. It's probably going to be an EP. And one of the songs is definitely going to be her country song, so that's going to be on there. But I'm actually getting ready to go into the studio today to record my next single, and the song is going to be called It Don't Make Sense. And I wrote it about another coworker of mine, which is kind of funny. Like the people around me at work just like inspire me.
How cool is it for someone, and your boss is an example, to say, I've got a song that was written about me. And then she probably likes just the style of the song too. Like she'll always love that song and what it means to her.
Definitely. I feel honored, for one, that she loves the song, because I was really nervous at first. I was like, oh man, I hope this isn't at any way, shape or form like too like triggering for her, or like, like I didn't want it to upset her. I wanted it to be like a touching song that made her feel even closer to her mom when she listens to it, type thing. Like almost like a tribute. Like, this is a tribute to your mom, you and your mom. So, but yeah, with that one, so going back to the new one that I'm getting ready to record. So this one is about my friend Lupita, who's actually from Mexico, and she's in a long distance relationship with her girlfriend over there. And so like she talks to her like every day. Like she has like a little earpiece, and I just hear her like talking to her every day. And her girlfriend over there has a little boy as well, that he's just turned like 1, I think. And so she's like talking to her, she's talking to the little one. And I just thought to myself, like, I see how much they care about each other, and how loved they are, and how hard it must be to like be in a long distance relationship, especially with somebody in a different country. Like I can't even imagine. And so like I just thought about it, and I was like, this is like a great idea for a song too. Okay, like I'm just gonna sit down and I'm gonna start coming up with something. And so I came up with something, and then before I knew it, I just like threw up on the page, and there was a song. It was just like all in one fell swoop. But anyway, so the reason it's called It Don't Make Sense is because in the chorus it says, we didn't listen. I don't care if they see us kissing, because you're the one that I am missing, the only one for me. Life just don't make sense if you're not laying next to me. It don't make sense.
That is beautiful, Dan.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the chorus of the song. Yeah, I'm excited. So this one's going to be very different from her country song, because it's just going to be vocals, guitar, and harmonica, and I'm doing everything. So I'm excited about that.
I like, especially with this situation here, that you're sticking up for people that maybe are not understood or not recognized or included or whatever it might be.
Yeah. That's a very good point too. It's like sticking up for the people that are considered the quote unquote minority, I guess, and just thinking of like how hard that is in general, being like in that situation. And just like, we said we wouldn't, I don't know if we said we wouldn't get political, but just like the state of our country and everything that's going on right now, it makes it even harder, to be that minority and to be from a different country. I don't know. I think I just look at their relationship, and I just think it's beautiful, because at the end of for me, like love is love,
That's true. And I think one of the things that bothers me is if anyone that has a tendency to minimize or delegitimize somebody else's love for another person, their connection to another person, a mother's relationship with a child they're separated by borders, and those being international borders and things like that. And we just minimize like the pain that a lot of people are going through. But then we have a family member that's, here domestically, and they're just in a regular relationship that's kind of got the barriers that we can understand and we can kind of get our heads around, and we're more sympathetic towards that stuff. But all that other stuff is just, oh, that's over there. They're not really our neighbors. They're not really part of our, our ecosystem or whatever. I just completely do not subscribe to that way of thinking and relating to people.
No, me either. I mean,
I try not to make political statements either, but that's just me talking from the heart there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and this isn't saying, oh, like I just look down upon, I don't hate anybody like that. I'm just like, I just feel like I'm the kind of person I just like want to coexist. I'm like, can we find some common ground to like coexist? And how could we help each other? And how could we like bring people together as a community to make the world a better place? Because I feel like there's so much hatred in the world right now, and I feel like people are just scared. Yeah. And how could we take away that fear and replace it with love and community? Because I feel like that's what we need. Yeah. Like, that's what we need, is to connect with each other and to bring everybody together somehow. And what I love about music is music brings people together. Yeah. It literally says like large quantities of people go to concerts and everybody's together. And it's like, at that point, it doesn't matter what side you are on the political fence or whatever, if you want to call it that, because it's like you're all together and you're united and you're all singing together. And it's like, I think it's beautiful. And there's people, different languages, different nationalities and countries, and they're coming in there too. So I remember talking to my friend just about like the World Cup going on right now, and how like people from different countries are coming to the US, and it's like everybody's like, and they're so impressed with a lot of things here. Like they're going crazy for ranch dressing because they had never had it before. And I love seeing different countries getting involved together and just like finding things to laugh about together and things that they agree on. I think that's like, we need more of that in the world right now. And it's just so refreshing to see that and to hear that. And I'm all for that. Like, I support that,
Well, and what you see where you grow up, or not grow up, but where you live in Texas and where I am here, kind of straddling the border of Alabama and Florida. You get a lot of people in the same room, like you said. If it's a small music venue or even a large arena, not all those people are wearing the same stripes politically, but I really do believe that most people are closer together in what they truly, truly believe and want, and their love for their families and things like that, than the politicians would want us to believe, or the algorithms or things like that would want us to believe.
Exactly. And I feel like there's so much, like, to go political again, there's so much propaganda out there in the news and social media. And it's like, I feel like it's slowly just like brainwashing a lot of people, and it's like encouraging division and hatred. And I hate it. I honestly hate it. I feel like, like they want to divide us. These people that are creating the propaganda, they want the division. They want this anger. Like, they want to bring that out in us. And we need to like fight against that. And we need to come together as a community, because that's what the world needs more than ever right now, just like in the state of it. And I really just hope and pray that we get there. And I see the change. I see good change happening here in Texas and just around the world. I mean, like with all the propaganda and everything, like, they don't show you all the good stuff that's happening out in the world. They only focus on the bad stuff and the negative stuff.
That's right.
And if you good stuff that is going on in the world right now, like, I feel like maybe people wouldn't be as scared. They wouldn't be as angry, Yeah.
The things on social media, it's usually meant to get a reaction out of people. It's meant to get people arguing.
Yeah. But I love how music, like I said before, just brings people together. And honestly, that's like one of my biggest missions is like I want to bring people together. You're on the side of the political scale, like whatever, like we're here together and we're having a good time and we're enjoying time with our friends and family. It's like I feel like we need to like have more of that in the world. We need to find common ground and we need to come together. Like all of this division is just it's going to kill our country. Like I really believe that. And I don't want our country to die. I want us to thrive, and I want everybody to be close as the community and to have each other's back, because I feel like that's what life is all about, being good to your neighbor,
Oh, yeah. Well, the current course is not sustainable. I really think it is going to break us.
I agree.
And it may not take that long. I mean, I think we can probably stomach a few more years, but there's just no way another decade plus of just this type of animosity and outrage, whether it's manufactured or whatever. Just not healthy. So my kids are still small, and I really hope by the time that they're teenagers that we've charted we've not made just completely wholesale changes, because that's just not going to happen overnight. I think we're sunk in so deep now that just some marginal change is healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
Well, Dan, not to get so heavy there, but actually I'm glad we covered that, because what you're doing, you're not just writing songs and strapping on a guitar and singing for the fun of it, but we really are trying to make a big difference out there.
I'm trying. I mean, I have like my little grain of salt over here in Georgetown, Texas, trying to spread it slowly around Central Texas, and I'm seeing some positive changes. I'm seeing more people that are consistently showing up at my shows that I saw maybe like once or twice. Like they're coming to like 3 or 4 shows now, and they're telling their friends, and I feel like it's slowly but surely, I feel like my music is making a difference here.
How about do you have people that come up to you and even ask you before you're about to start playing, hey, are you gonna play this song tonight, or I hope you're gonna play this one?
I actually do. Yeah. I'm starting to get people that are putting in requests for like certain songs of mine. Like I've had people request Procrastinate. I've had them request Dear Anthony, Fevered Moon. Lost in Austin is like number one, obviously.
Yeah.
Like that, loves that one the most. But I'm getting more requests for like Fevered Moon and Dear Anthony and other songs like that. Even There Hasn't Been a Second, and I think that's really cool. I also wrote another song back when I was 17 called Nothing Matters, and that one's getting requested now. So I just think that's super cool,
Oh, yeah. Well, I forgot to ask if you have songs that you have not recorded in the studio, but you've kind of got them in the bag, and you maybe only bring them out in a live setting, but they're not downloadable yet, but it's just you've just got them there. Do you have a few like that?
I do. So I have a lot of songs actually that I haven't recorded. Like I easily probably have like over 40 songs, I'd say.
Oh, wow.
And I haven't gotten to record all of them, and so that's kind of like my goal right now, is just slowly chipping away and recording this one, putting this one out. Like definitely before the end of the year, you're going to see at least one more single from me. Like It Don't Make Sense will come out before the end of the year. I'm shooting for September. So
yeah, I can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one too. It almost has a little bit of like a Piano Man feel for the end of it, harmonica. And I love that song. Like Billy Joel is amazing. So I have a lot of old influences like that, but then I have a lot of like folk influences as well. So I've been listening to a lot of Noah Kahan's new stuff and Phoebe Bridgers and artists like that. Oh, Camp is like my number one influence. I love those guys. But yeah, so it's kind of just like all of those things rolled into one. I even wrote a Johnny Cash style song that sounds like Johnny Cash, and it was written back in that era because I love his music. And yeah.
Well, I may have told you, Dan, that for me at least, you hearken back to that Johnny Cash era, maybe a little Buddy Holly sprinkled in style and substance and swagger and a little bit of that. You've got a good throwback appeal to me that I don't know if it's derived from that or that's coming out naturally, but I love it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, like it's funny because for the longest time, like people would ask me like, oh, what's your style, like if you were to describe your sound, how would you describe it? I didn't know what to say, honestly, for a while, because I think I was still discovering my sound, quote unquote. And now I tell people, well, it's like an Americana folk. My style is Americana folk with a rock and roll soul.
Yeah.
Because I like the oldies, like I like the old rock and roll stuff, but then I like folk and I like Americana type music, like Mumford and Sons and stuff like that. So I'm like, that's the best way to sum it up, really, is it has like this, it's this Americana folk sound, but it has like an old soul, like a rock and roll soul to it, you know?
Well,
yeah.
Certainly hope I get a chance to see you perform. It may take a couple more years, but if I got to travel out that way or bring one of the boys with me, that'd be terrific.
Yeah, or I might just have to come up to you guys. You said you're a border of Alabama and Florida?
Yeah, so if you know Mobile, Pensacola, or Fort Walton, kind of right in the middle there, actually
cool.
Pretty close to Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been through there like 2 or 3 times, actually, because I've driven to Florida like about 3 times. So
there's a number of venues around here that if I could put in a word for you or however you handle your booking, if you're ever coming out this way, I'd be happy to help any way I can.
That would be amazing. I'll definitely take you up on that. Speaking of Mobile, there's a group called the Red Clay Strays from there that I love.
Oh, yeah.
And the latest song that I just wrote actually sounds a lot like their stuff. It's in the same style. So that one's called Whiskey and Romance.
I always forget to mention an annual music festival that's spread out across a few different venues around here called the Frank Brown Songwriters Festival.
Oh, okay.
And I believe that goes on every fall, October, November timeframe.
Okay.
But I can send you some information on that. I think they accept applications or however their selection process is handled.
Cool. I'll send an application and I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, because I definitely feel like your style would translate very well. I mean, we're not too far apart, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very songwriter-friendly community around here.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Very vibrant, I would say.
I would love to explore the city, too. Like I said, I've driven through Mobile like 3 times, but I haven't got to really explore it, so that'd be super cool. All right.
Well, Dan, I could obviously keep talking to you. I really love the opportunity to shine a light on your career and what you're doing. And what a great surprise to learn about the new single that's coming out. It Don't Make Sense.
It don't make sense, yeah.
Yeah,
that's it don't make sense.
And I hope you guys listening and watching have really enjoyed this conversation. If you missed somehow the first episode, which, I mean, I have to imagine not everybody is just hanging on the edge of their seat for my upcoming episodes. I'd love to believe that everybody is, but you have lives and other things that you listen to. March 23rd, 2025, episode 91 was the first. There's actually a part 1 and part 2 with Dan, where we talk about the Lazy Days LP and some more background on him. So if you're curious to learn more, take it back to that episode, and wherever you listen to music, you can find the Lost in Austin EP, the Lazy Days LP, all the singles, and of course, her country song is available for download. And check out, but we probably could have talked more about Morgan and her career. Pull this from her website, morganobenhaus.com. Austin, Texas native, genre blending singer-songwriter, seamlessly blending indie pop, rock, folk, and country into her soulful melodies. So if you're in the area and you will be traveling through the area, check out what Dan's doing and what Morgan's doing in the coming weeks and months. All right. Anything else there, Dan, you'd like to plug?
I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I think I'm going to be spending more time in the studio in the coming months. I don't have tons of things in the books for the rest of the year, but I would like to spend more time in the studio. That's really my main goal, is studio, putting out an EP soon. I already have a name for it. So excited about that, and working on new merchandise. So be on the lookout for my merchandise, and new single coming in September. It don't make sense. Dan Guevara.
All right. Well said. Thanks again, Dan. Great to talk to you. And thanks, folks, for listening. You can find Dan on Instagram, and probably start there and grab the link tree. Go to his website, Dan Guevara Music, and you'll see the links on the show notes as well. Thanks for listening to Dan Time, where it's often Dan talking with fellow Dans. And I don't just randomly grab somebody. Sometimes people are like, well, why don't you have this person or that person? They would be great for your show. Well, there is a process, and I just love having guests on who are just good people. I mean, that's a big part of it. They're good people, and they kind of like the joke of fellow Dans talking, and what better guy than right here today. So,
always a pleasure.
You guys have a great rest of your week, and go make a difference in somebody else's life, as I've said before. And Dan, hope to talk to you maybe before this time next year. When the new single's out, we'll try to reconnect.
That sounds great. Let's do it.
All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.